Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you can hear my brother snoring in the background. He insists on sleeping in the living room, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I've just come back from watching Winchester. It was a late Friday showing, and of course I said, what would be empty? What would I have the least amount of people with? That movie everybody says is an enormous turd, Winchester. And maybe the first 40 minutes of the movie is kind of an enormous turd. You've got a doctor with an addiction problem, cliché, going to evaluate Lady Winchester of the real Winchester Mystery House, who is constantly building weird stuff in the house to see if she's crazy, and they want her to be crazy because they want to take her side of the company away. So there's that. And yes, in the beginning it's kind of like, well, this is frustrating and dumb, and we're all kind of looking at that going, yeah, we know there's stuff going on here, so why are you... I mean, there's not really a lot of a point where you're saying, oh, well, this might not be real. Look, we know we're going to a horror movie, and you're seeing spooky stuff happening from the beginning, and jump scares, and that starts out as being more annoying than anything else. And then about 40 minutes in, the movie starts, and I have to say, once the movie starts, that's a good movie. I enjoyed that part of the movie. The end there, it did get my heart pounding, and I thought, hey, it's some good stuff. I'm not going to be afraid of this, if that's what you mean, but look, most of the horror movies I see out there, it's like, look at the movie critically acclaimed, Get Out, okay? I am not afraid I am going to be kidnapped by rich people so they can snatch my body. They wouldn't want this. I'm not afraid of that. The Forest, just don't go in that forest. The Boy. Yeah. The Disappointments Room. All movies I saw last year, around this time I think, and these were all really horrible, slow, boring movies, done low budget, and really bad. This, comparatively, is actually a very enjoyable movie. It's not great. It's not The Exorcist. It's not Alien. It's not interesting visual styles. But look, this is a run-of-the-mill filler horror movie. That's what comes out at the beginning of the year. And to be honest with you, yeah, was it a great movie? No, I'm not going to point to any of these movies, except for maybe the kid in this movie. I think he did his acting pretty well. But yeah, okay, a lot of the things in this movie were cliches, but as cliches go, there's some pretty good stuff. And there is kind of a hole in the plot where, Lady Winchester is saying, I'm the one that, or they're implying that Lady Winchester chose the doctor, but the board is saying, we want you to oust her. So the big question comes up, like, how did this guy really wind up at the Winchester house? It's not clear on that, and that I think that needed to be explained because it becomes a hole in the plot. Otherwise, it's just a ridiculous convenience. And it being such a ridiculous convenience is just a bad thing. So that's a problem there. But, look, again, this is a popcorn movie. You're supposed to sit there, eat some popcorn, and enjoy the movie. It's not a really strong, heady movie that makes you wonder about life and death. And, yeah, are you going to be scared? No. You're not going to be scared of anything in this movie. This is not a movie like Lights Out, which it had its problems, but at least you could be kind of afraid of that chick. All right? It's not a movie like Don't Breathe, where, okay, if you were dumb enough to be in that situation, it's kind of creepy there. This is a movie where, yeah, I mean, if ghosts don't spook you out to begin with, you're not going to be afraid of this movie. You're just not. Now, again, I also saw recently Annihilation, and I would say that if you have to see one movie in the theater, Annihilation is the one to see it. There is one to see in the theater because it is a theater experience movie. You've got all those big visuals, and they're really powerful visuals, and if you shrink that down to a smaller screen, The truth is, it's going to be a lot harder to see that stuff because it's all done in low light. Whereas Winchester is more of a DVD movie. You're going to want to start stopping and looking at things and, the ghosts and ghouls that come out. It's more cool makeup in this movie than it is actual scares. And, look, is it a great movie? No, but hey, I was entertained. Anyway, that's my opinion. I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. I am Richard Leland Neal.